Hello, everybody, and welcome as we've entered a new year in game. Our New Year's resolution has to be to put an end once and for all to our poor form. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode number 7 of the Rothosen Redemption, an FM 26 series where we try and rebuild Hamburg into one of the leading forces in the Bundesliga and Europe once again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games against Freiburg away from home in the Bundesliga matchday 16, and then it's Bayer Leverkusen at home in matchday 17. First of all, bit of housekeeping. Apologies for the voice. I'm not quite sure where I've got it from. I was perfectly all right over the weekend. I'm recording this on Monday, and I've woken up this morning with a croaky voice. Not a sore throat so far, touch wood. I don't know. They did say the pollen was high over the weekend, so it may have something to do with it. So apologies if it's a bit today, but hopefully we'll put it to rights with a couple of wins. Would go down very well, wouldn't it? Today, as we said, Freiburg and Bayer Leverkusen. Since you've been with us, we've played 3 games, 2 in the Bundesliga. One is a friendly that we played in the winter break. And as you will see, last time out, it was a 3-4 win, a close win in extra time in the DFB Pokal third round, which gets us a quarter-final against Wolfsburg, and a 2-0 win against Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. Since then, we lost 5-3 to Hoffenheim. In this one, Berger giving us a lead after 8 minutes. They have somebody called Berger as well. He scored after 10 minutes. Toure after 21. Sambi Lakonga getting us back level after 49 minutes. But Toure and Karamatic getting 2 more for Hoffenheim, which meant that they had a 4-2 lead at this point. Königsdorfer getting another one back on 81 minutes to make it 4-3, but Karamich from the penalty spot rounded it off on 83, making it a 5-3 loss. 13 shots, 7 on target. They had 24 shots, 13 on target. We were the poor relations in this game, but then Hoffenheim were, I think, in second place or even top of the table at the time. So that one we lost. Then we've gone on a little bit of a good run. Our last one before the winter break was a 2-0 win against Eintracht Frankfurt at home. Felipe, the scorer, Muheim giving the supplying the ball on both occasions, 73 and 81 minutes. It looked like it was going to be a draw. We had 10 shots, 5 on target. They had 6 shots, just 1 on target all game, and 0.58. It was a bit of a low XG on both teams, but we did actually beat them in the end, 2-0 at the Volkspark Stadion. And then finally, we played NAC Breda in our friendly game in the winter break, and we won that one by 2-1. Tavalti after 8 minutes for NAC, but it was Glazel and Luke Dompe who got the Luke Dompe coming back from injury, getting the win for us on 33 and 68 minutes, 24 shots, 9 on target, 3.44. They had 15 shots, 8 on target, 1.08. It was a good win. So we've got picked up a little bit of form. We want to try and keep that form if we can into today's games. We have, of course, entered the transfer window, and I can tell you that we have brought in so far 1 player. We've got options on a couple of players. Let's have a quick look. One has gone by the wayside, Turk Ensk. He's basically decided to stay at Hertha Berlin, so he's not coming to us. We have brought in one, as I said. We still have options on Arona, albeit there has been some bigger bids gone in, and I'm not sure what's happening with that. I think our bid still stands. We have offered him a contract, and he is a striker, by the way. And then Diego Lite, a centre-back from Union Berlin. And we've had an offer accepted for him. So they are the offers in at the moment. Quick look at the player coming in, which brings you then bang up to date. Christopher Oliver, it is from Stuttgart 2. He came in. He is a right-sided player, can play along that... Well, let's get him up properly. Can play all along that right side, can play through the centre of midfield and in central defence as well. He is a future prospect, really, albeit he may get some game time, but he is suspended for the next match, so we won't see him certainly in the early part of this episode. 19 years old. He has come from, as I say, Stuttgart 2. Probably spent most of his time at Stuttgart. In fact, he started out at FCU and then went to Stuttgart. And Stuttgart 2 hasn't really played any matches. Played a couple of games in the Bundesliga earlier this season for them, but nothing of any ilk to date. That is our incoming. That is the transfer window to date. Let's get on with the episode. And here is the side that faces Freiburg in this Bundesliga match day 16. The team looks like this. It's Fernandes in goal. Turanega and Vuskovic are defensive duo. Mayhem and Berger as the wing-backs. Remberg sitting between them as the defensive midfielder. Vieira and Sambi Lakonga is in central midfield. Dompe and Königsdorfer are the wide players, with Glatzel leading the attack up front today because of an injury to Poulsen. And then on the bench it's Tansvig, Goshvili, Elfadili, Katabach, Groenbeck, Rosing, Lillisilt, Jatta, Capaldo and Boldy. And here we are, Freiburg playing a 4-2-3-1 today, making 7 changes from their friendly in the mid-season break. And they are currently just above us, 9th on 21 points, just separated by goal difference. As we come out onto the pitch, they're playing in white and red stripes. We're playing it in our away kit today, blue and black. And Glatzel gets us underway for this game. It's pouring with rain. Dompe loses the ball out wide. So home form seems to be all right. It's our away form that's erratic. And Hollier pulls it back. Ooh, has come back off the woodwork. And it's still alive. Crossed in. It's headed away. Upfield. Linehart. And they still have the ball. Berger. Lekunga. Vuskovic to Mayhem. Mayhem finds Dompe. Dompe, he's having trouble with Kubler out there today. He's 2 highlights we've seen, and he's lost out to him on both occasions. And Remberg brings down his man. Free kick. Kubler with the free kick. And that's Mayhem playing it back to Fernandes. Vuskovic, Lekonga, Remberg, Vieira, Glatzel, Lekonga, Remberg, Lekonga finds Vuskovic. Berger, and that was a poor ball by Berger. And one back by Lekonga. Berger over the top to Königsdorfer, crossing in. And easy for Glatzel. Glatzel on 25 minutes gives us the lead. And it was well worked in the end. Not quite sure why we've not done it before, but that ball over the top. Königsdorfer running onto it. And Glatzel was goal side of the defender. And that all he had to do was tuck it away. As we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half. And hoping that we can go in pretty much in front. Vieira through to Dompe, who's lost out again. Maybe we need to switch sides because he's having terrible trouble out there today. Mayhem won that ball and lost it all in one move. But Renberg tidies up. Fernandes. And it's gone out. In fact, it's half time. And we've got the lead. We had pretty much dominated that. They've dominated that match. Freiburg. But we've managed to get back into it by having a small amount of the game. We've had 43% of the possession. We've had 4 shots. 3 of them have been on target. They've had 14 shots, 3 on target. Fernandes keeping them out for now. 0.52 against their 0.48. Excuse me. We're in front. That's all I can say. And we want to try and get another one to give us a little bit of a cushion. And they get the second half underway. No changes at half time I'm aware of. Fernandes to Turanega. Königsdorfer. Referee getting in the way. And that's out to Dompe, who's changed sides for this second half. Lokonga, Vieira. Berger. Berger to Dompe. Dompe back to Berger into the area. And the ball was blocked. Through ball to Hansen. And Hoffer to the edge of the area. It's blocked. Headed away. Not cleared it though. But Glatzel is on it now. Goes out wide to Königsdorfer, who's switched sides. Puts it into space for Vieira. Goes into the middle. Pulls it in. Königsdorfer, and it's blocked. The shot. Königsdorfer trying to get ahead on it and just wide of the post. And with 5 minutes added on at the end of this second half, it remains 1-0. Turanega punts one forward looking for Lillisilt. And hopefully this highlight isn't going to bite us in the bottom as we enter the 3rd minute of the 5 added on. Headed back to Fernandes, and hopefully that will do us. Hopefully he's not going to launch a long one. Throws it out to Katabach as the clock runs down. And we've got a narrow 1-0 win. And we did all the work, and we defended very, very well. Fernandes especially, Vuskovic and Turanega in that central defence. 43% of the possession, didn't wrestle any of the possession back. 13 shots, 4 on target. They had 22 shots, 6 on target. But our XG was a little bit better than theirs. And, well, it was a win. And it's a good start to the episode. And so you come back for the day's results. Our second opponents of the episode, Bayer Leverkusen beat Stuttgart by 3-0. Stuttgart in 3rd place, of course. Borussia Mönchengladbach beating Augsburg. We beat Freiburg. Heidenheim, who near the bottom, they got a 3-1 win over Köln, which was a good win. St. Pauli beat Leipzig by 2-0. Union Berlin 2, Mainz 1. Werder Bremen 1. Hoffenheim, who are in 2nd place, 2. And the late game is FC Bayern versus Wolfsburg. Bayern Munich, with the game in hand over Hoffenheim, they will go 3 points clear at the top of the table if they win that game. And there is then a 6-point gap down to Stuttgart between Hoffenheim and Stuttgart. And Leipzig are in 4th place on 26. In fact, let's have a look at the table properly. We've moved up to 8th on 24 points. Another win would put us up in amongst the European places. Let's go and see if we can do it. We've got 4 days down to the game against Bayer Leverkusen. We'll be back just ahead of that. Well, you come back and join me on match day, and of our targets, there were 4 that we had. We've got 3 of them. As you know, we brought in Christopher Oliver. We have now also brought in Juan Carlos Arana. He is a Spanish striker. We brought him in from Racing Club, wherever. They had bought him from Eibar or something for 1.3 million. We have brought him in, and he's finishing. He's good. He's an out-and-out striker. His pace is reasonable. His mentals are reasonable. Got good determination. The only thing is his positioning is a little bit off, but we'll worry about that. He's a channel forward, well, it could be interesting. He could be on the bench today for that one. And we have got Diego Lite. He's a central defender. Gives us a bit of depth in that central defence. His marking is good. His tackling is good. Aggression, anticipation and bravery, determination. His jumping reach, natural fitness, his stamina. He is a solid defender, can play on the left side of defence if we need to, and also as a defensive midfielder. It's not his best position, but he can play there if we prefer him to. So he's a good incoming. As I say, all of our targets apart from the other goalkeeper, but we worry about that. I think 3 out of the 4 targets to date is a pretty good showing. Right, without any more to do, our second game of the episode, it's against Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. Let's go and see if we can get another result to add to our recent turn in form. And here we are for the game against Bayer Leverkusen, back at the Volkspark Stadion for this one, and we may get to see some of our new recruits today as well. The team looks like this. Fernandes is in goal. It's Mayhem Latte making his debut in central defence alongside Vuskovic, and Berger continues on the right wing. You will notice that we have dropped them. Let's put it in the in possession rather. You will notice that we've dropped the wing backs back a little bit. They're not quite so far forward as they would normally be, so they're a little bit more defensive. Reason for that I will tell you in a moment. Renberg is our defensive midfielder. It's Vieira and Sambalongi as the midfield. Dompe, who hopefully will have a better day out on the left today. Groenbeck starts on the right. Koningsdorfer leads the attack today. The bench then looks like this. It's Tanvig, Gushvili, Turanega, Katabach, Balde, Rossing Lillisilt, Felipe, who coming back from injury, Rath, and our other new recruit, Arana, makes the bench. And so it's back to the Volkspark Stadion and playing our 4-1-2-3 today. And that's why we've done the wing-backs drop back, because they are playing a 5-2-2-1 today. They are currently in 5th place on 26 points. And they make 2 changes from the side that beat Stuttgart in the Bundesliga in their last game. Koningsdorfer getting us underway. Dompe to Vuskovic. Out to Berger. And we get our first highlight 37 minutes in. Fernandes having a bit of a run out. Lokonga. Berger. Berger switches it back to Lokonga. Berger into the area. Groenbeck. Lokonga gives it away, but it's headed back in. And Vieira has picked up a knock, I notice. Try and get him through to half-time. As we approach that half-time mark, Vuskovic picking up a yellow card. And it is half-time, and, well, we've dominated that first half. We've had 50% of the possession, 8 shots, 5 on target, 0.75. They've had 3 shots, nothing on target to date, 0.18, but it's just a shame we've not taken advantage of the 5 shots that we've had on target. Their goalkeeper, Flecken, is doing the business in goal, but at the moment, we've been impotent. And they get the second half underway. We've made that one change at half-time. Vieira is off. Felipe is on. And if we finally do get a highlight in this second half, Remberg to Fernandes. Remberg, Vuskovic comes forward. Arana is on. Can he score on his debut? Vuskovic pulls it back to Lokonga. Groenbeck, Mayhem, and it's gone wide for a corner. And Rath crosses this ball in. Goshvili, who's come on. We have an injury to Sambi Lokonga, which is a shame because he was playing very, very well. Goshvili wins that ball. Goshvili needs to get it into the area. Groenbeck, Remberg. Rath has scored. He's come on a substitute, and we may have snuck a winner. We've somehow combated the flat back 3 up to now. Groenbeck, Remberg into Rath, and Rath fires it through. Goalkeeper saw it last minute, and it's gone in the back of the net. And we've settled this down to a positive, as we have 5 minutes added on at the end of this second half. Can we get a result? It's looking awfully like it, and we have. Goodness me, we have done very, very well. 47% of the possession, 13 shots, 8 on target. But this is the stat that is impressive. We've had 4, they've had 4 shots and nothing on target. And we were good. 1.01. We were good for that goal, and we've got it. And maybe our form is turning around. Fernandes having a great game again. Good debut from Letite. Arana not getting anything, but it's early days for him. He's got to settle in. And all in all, it's a good all-team around performance. And it pushes us up into the European places. And so to the day's results. Wolfsburg have beaten St. Pauli by a goal to 0. So St. Pauli dropped below us. Augsburg beating Union Berlin 2-1. Borussia Dortmund beating Werder Bremen by 4 goals to 1. Our 1-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen, a great result. Hoffenheim continue their good form. 2-1 winners over Borussia Mönchengladbach. FC Bayern beating Köln 3-1. And just as a footnote, we didn't update you. Bayern did win their game 3-1 against Wolfsburg. In the other games, so we've got 1-1 Mainz versus Heidenheim, and Stuttgart back to winning ways against Eintracht Frankfurt 3 goals to 0, which means Bayern Munich are top on 40 points, 3 points clear of Hoffenheim in second, who are in turn 6 points clear of Stuttgart in third on 31. They are 3 points clear of Borussia Dortmund in fourth. Augsburg also on 28 has separated on goal difference, and we are now 6th on 27 points with 3 teams behind us on 26 points. RB Leipzig, Bayer Leverkusen, St. Pauli and Freiburg 3 points behind us in 10th. So that's how it is. Down the other end, it's Werder Bremen are in the playoff relegation playoff place on 15 points. Heidenheim are 17th on 12th, and Union Berlin 18th on 10 points. Excuse me. We are going to play Borussia Mönchengladbach at the Volkspark Stadion offline, we're going to come back for a sort of top of the table match against St. Pauli, and then we are at home to Bayern Munich. Can we get revenge for when they beat us earlier in the season? We might, in the form that we're on, and assuming the form continues through to that match, I wouldn't put it past us. So fingers crossed for that one. But I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It's been a goodie again. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of the Rothosen Redemption as they are released. And new episodes of the Rothosen Redemption released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. I hope you're going to see me on. I'll see you on the next episode. Be episode 8. It's out on Friday. If you're not watching my other series, the big question is why not? But if you're not, hopefully we'll see you Friday. Till then, have yourselves a great week. Goodbye.